Let's talk about the Microsoft Office software, which is a productivity suite that includes Microsoft Word as your word processing, Excel as your spreadsheets, PowerPoint as your presentation software, and Access as your database program. We're going to identify the common items of all the Office products or programs. They all have this File tab, which you will see it in all the programs. There's the Quick Access toolbar, which provides a one-click access to commonly commands. The title bar tells you the document you have opened and the program. Then there's the minimize button. Then there's the restore down or maximize. Then there's the close button. And let's go to Microsoft Word and click on the File tab, and we will be seeing what is called the Backstage view. It includes commands related to common file activities and provides information to an open file. There's no open file, so let me open one, a recent one, which is test. And now if I click here, it gives me some information about it. This Quick Access toolbar gives me common access one-click commands. This is your instructor. For instance, I type something and I want to save it. I just click on the save button. If I made a mistake, I can just undo the change, or I can redo it back. And also I can repeat. If I click on the repeat as many times. Next to the edge of the Quick Access toolbar, there are buttons that I can add to make for instance, I want to email. Now under my email is available the open, the new. I can customize the buttons that are in my Quick Access toolbar. Sometimes I need more space in my screen, and I can minimize the ribbon, which is this whole section. I can minimize by clicking this up or down. In each of the tabs there's buttons. We call it this section a button, and here at the corner you will see a dialog box button which expands. For instance, this case, it expands what is the options that are available. In the main ribbon there's only a few options, and sometimes they won't fit all of them, but if you click on your dialog box they will show completely. Sometimes, for instance, I can select the styles here, and I can click the more button, which is this arrow with the single line on top, which gives me more options. This button on the right corner is called the dialog launcher. If you are in a dialog box, always when you see that question mark indicates help. Let's exit this out. Let's go to Microsoft PowerPoint and let me talk about the gallery. Microsoft has included some common themes, which has a preset of colors and fonts and styles. Let's see, I want to change the layout. I click on the Design tab and I want to change the theme for my PowerPoint. These are called themes galleries, and I can click the More button to have more of them visible. Sometimes when we are working on an object, there are some commands only specific to that object. If you notice, when I click on this section, the Drawing Tools tab shows up. This is what's called a contextual tab. And gives me some options. For instance, I want to add some text. Add text. I can make it, I highlight the whole text and I can make it look different. If you notice, it changes as I go along. This is called a live preview. When I hover my mouse, it changes, but doesn't change it permanently until I click the left button. Now the change is made. At the bottom, you will see the status bar, which has some buttons here which are for views. I can also zoom in and out to make this bigger. And if I were in Microsoft Word, I can have views. The different kind of views I can have. Now, at the bottom, this is what's called the zoom slider. Now, as I said, every time you see the question mark, it stands for help. So if I click here, the help shows up. Now, let's say I want to modify, I want to know something about underline words. How do I underline a word? Now it says underline text or spaces, and gives you the help that I need. If I highlight the word instructor, I can underline it here, and when I hover my mouse, there's a little information about it, about the button I am hovering the mouse over, and this is what's called an enhanced screen tip. If I want to change the color, say I want to change this to blue, and gives me a little information about this particular command. Now you should be able to go ahead and try the hands-on exercises on page 21, and we'll continue this series in the next video.